How to become that most demanding software engineer by acquiring the right skills? In this video, I'm going to talk about IoT, Internet of the Thing, the most sought after technology in today's world. So let's see what are the skills required to become a good IoT engineer. So as part of becoming IoT engineer, you need to have some skills, prerequisites. So we will talk about that. And apart from that, there is IoT ecosystem. So we will explore that as well. So let's see what is the prerequisite to become an IoT engineer. So again, we are in a software world, right? That's where programming language plays very important role. But in IoT case, you can learn Python. There are many use cases in IoT which are being solved using Python skills. After that, Java, C, C++. If you want to build any driver for IoT device, so that's where C plays very important role. And for all UI kind of activities, you need to know JavaScript. The second important thing, you need to have a good knowledge of Linux, because most of the IoT devices, they are supporting Linux operating system, but there are certain devices where Windows operating system is also applicable. But I have seen most of the cases Linux as a by default operating system. Then you need to know the basics of the networking. That's where you can read more about IoT, network configuration, edge devices. So whatever end device in case of IoT and its gateway configuration that you need to understand. Network security, it's very important in case of IoT. And again, you need to understand that one SQL database, and if required, you can go and learn at least one NoSQL database like MongoDB. The most important thing when it comes to the IoT is your streaming data integration. And that's where tools like Kafka, RabbitMQ, Spark Streaming, ActiveMQ, Flink plays very important role. So IoT devices send that message and you need to store that message some intermediate location, and that's where these technologies plays very important role. So Spark Streaming consume that message and you can do some transformation on top of that data. So that's where Spark Streaming plays very important role. And same thing goes with the Flink. Now let's see what is there in IoT ecosystem which you need to understand. In case of IoT, you need to know the IoT devices. So we have very popular device that is Raspberry Pi, but Binglebone Black, Arduino, and NVIDIA, Justin Nano, Orange Pi, and this rest of the IoT devices are also very popular. So you need to have proper understanding of one of these IoT device. Then apart from that, when you work in IoT, sensors plays very important role. So there are various types of sensors like temperature sensor, humidity sensor, light sensor, motion sensor, and there are many more. So you need to have proper understanding of these sensor devices. Then when you play with the IoT device, that time your network protocol plays very important role, right? What kind of protocol or topology as part of the connectivity you are using. That's where Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Zigbee, cellular network, NFC, near field communication, and radio frequency identification, that is RFID, plays very important role. So coming to the gateway configuration, so as part of network topology, you need to see how you are connecting your gateway node to the cloud range connectivity. That can you do using wired, cellular, satellite, and WAN kind of network connectivity. Coming to the protocol which is being used extensively in case of IoT devices and their communication, that is MQTT, COAP, and HTTP. When it comes to the security, no doubt whatever we do with our normal computer or server devices, same kind of security applies here. That's where encryption, firewall, secure boot, this particular tools and technology you need to use. Then coming to the networking framework of IoT devices, that's where network architecture plays very important role. So the way we have networking thing in case of our computer network, same kind of topologies we use here, star, mesh, tree topology. And when it comes to the network protocol, we have by default TCP/IP, 6LoWPAN, RTL, Thread. These network protocols are popular in case of IoT devices. When it comes to the IoT device and its operating system, they are very lightweight, and that's where we have this TinyOS, Raspbian, and Contiki, RIoT. These operating systems used in case of IoT devices, and their so we have various message formats. So generally, IoT devices send message to the central repository, and that's where we have this JSON, XML, YAML kind of message formats. So streaming analysis plays very important role in case of IoT data analysis, and you need to know how to consume that data, how to massage that data. There is windowing framework. So during that windowing framework, whatever message comes, you need to consume, and probably you may need to give some feedback to the actual IoT device. So that's where this streaming analytics plays very important role. In IoT world, again, there is open IoT platform. That's where Cura and Kapua, these two frameworks are very famous. So Cura is developed by Eclipse. Eclipse Cura is an Eclipse IoT project that provides platform for building IoT gateway. Eclipse Kapua is a modular and integrated interpolable IoT cloud platform to manage and integrate devices and their data and provide solid foundation for IoT services for any kind of IoT application. So that is what about Cura and Kapua open IoT platform when it comes to the integration of IoT devices and sending data to the central repository. Apart from that, in IoT world, we need to integrate our data on the cloud platform also. So that's where cloud integration, various components being used in the cloud platform that we need to understand. And when it's come to the cloud, we have AWS IoT, Azure IoT, Google IoT on this. So these are the components available on cloud platform when it comes to the IoT technology. So this is all about IoT technology and its ecosystem. So please put in the comment section the one programming language you want to learn as part of IoT learning. Then the operating system by default, Linux, you may need to master. Then put that one SQL database which you want to master. Apart from that, also put that data streaming framework which you want to understand as part of your IoT learning. And also you can include at least one IoT edge device where you want to explore the IoT implementation and its use cases. So put these things as part of your comment. So I'll repeat one more time: one programming language, one operating system, database, and the edge device which you want to master. So this is all about IoT engineering. Hope this video will help you to get that understanding of IoT engineering. Thank you for listening.